Luka Modric, born September 9, 1985, is a Croatian professional footballer who plays as a midfielder for La Liga club Real Madrid and captains the Croatia national team. He plays mainly as a central midfielder, but can also play as an attacking midfielder or as a defensive midfielder. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest midfielders of all time, and as the greatest Croatian footballer ever. Modric began his professional career with Croatian club Dinamo Zagreb in 2003 before spells on loan to Bosnian side Zrinjski Mostar and Croatian side Inter Zaprešić. He made his debut for Dinamo in 2005 and his performances earned him a move to Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur in 2008, where he led them to UEFA Champions League qualification in 2010, their first in almost 50 years. In the summer of 2012, Modric joined Real Madrid for a £30 million transfer fee. In his second season, he won the 2013-14 Champions League title, being selected for that season's squad of the season. After Zinedine Zidane took over Madrid in 2016, Modric was a key member of the club's 3 consecutive Champions League titles from 2015-16 to 2017-18, each time being voted into the squad of the season. In total, he has won 24 major trophies at Madrid, including 5 UEFA Champions League titles, 3 La Liga titles, and 2 Copa del Rey titles. Modric has won numerous individual awards, including the Ballon d'Or in 2018, making him the first player other than Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo to win the award since 2007, the Best FIFA Men's Player, and the UEFA Men's Player of the Year award, also being named the IFFHS World's Best Playmaker in 2018. He has also been named in the FIFPro World 11 6 times and the UEFA Team of the Year 3 times. In 2019, he was awarded the Golden Foot Award for career results and personality. Modric made his international debut for Croatia against Argentina in March 2006, and scored his first international goal in a friendly match against Italy. Modric has anchored Croatia's second golden generation, participating in every major tournament Croatia has qualified for, including UEFA Euro 2008 to 2020, as well as the 2006 FIFA World Cup to 2022. At Euro 2008, he was selected for the team of the tournament. Modric led Croatia to the 2018 World Cup final, winning the Golden Ball in process. At the 2022 World Cup, he led the team to a third-place finish, winning the Bronze Ball in process. In March 2021, he went on to become the country's most capped player in history. Furthermore, he has been named Croatian Footballer of the Year a record 12 times between 2007 and 2023. Luka Modric was born on September 9, 1985 and was raised in the hamlet of Modrić, which is a part of Zajtan Obravaki, a village situated on the southern slopes of the mountain Velebit, north of the city of Zadar in SR Croatia, then a republic within SFR Yugoslavia. He is the oldest child of Stipe Modric from Modrić and Radojka Dopud from Krševo near Obravac, both of whom initially worked in a knitwear factory. Modric mostly spent his early years in the stone house of his paternal grandfather after whom he was named, located on the road above the hamlet of Modrić, and was shepherding goats as a 5-year-old. However, his childhood coincided with the Croatian War of Independence in 1991. When the war escalated, his family were forced to flee the area. Modric's grandfather Luka was executed by Serb rebels who were part of the police of SAO Krajina in December 1991 near his house in Modrić. And after the family fled, the house was burned to the ground. Modric became a refugee and lived with his family in the Hotel Kalaber for 7 years. He later moved to the Hotelas, both in Zadar. His father joined the Croatian army as an aero mechanic. In those years, thousands of bombs fell on the city and football was a way to escape the reality of war. He recalls it as a tough time for his family and something which shaped him as a person. He also said he was mostly unaware of the war because he befriended many other children and their parents did not let it affect their childhood. In these difficult circumstances, Modric began playing football, mostly at the hotel parking lot. In 1992, he simultaneously entered the primary school and a sporting academy, the latter paid for with the little money the family had, sometimes helped by Modric's uncle. As a boy he was inspired to play football by Zvonimir Boban and Francesco Totti, a diminutive and technically gifted midfielder. Modric is typically deployed as a creative playmaker and sets the tempo of the match by controlling possession from the middle of the pitch. He has been widely applauded by many footballing pundits, managers, and fellow players for his swift passing and long-range shots, both often in the style of the Trivola technique, as well as his composure and ability to evade tackles under pressure. He is also noted for his tactical intelligence and versatility in both attack and defense, as well as his vision, interpretation of space, and work rate. A former attacking midfielder, Modric is considered a veteran of the pre-assist or build-up play, often creating space and time for his teammates to shoot or deliver goal-bound passes to other players. He is also effective at taking set pieces, particularly corners or wide free kicks. Modric has been integral to the success of both Real Madrid and the Croatian national team, having won numerous individual honors for his contributions to club and country. His playstyle has earned him several nicknames as dubbed by the media and fandom, including the midfield maestro, the magician, the puppet master, among others. Modric's complex game has brought him consistent success in the clubs for which he has played. Initially a trequartista or attacking midfielder at Dinamo Zagreb and in his early career at Tottenham, in the 2010-11 season he flourished in a central midfield role as a deep-lying playmaker, regista, who conducts the attack and creates chances for teammates. Afterwards, Modric acknowledged the role that Harry Redknapp played in shaping of deep-lying his style, saying that dropping back enabled him to read the game better and show his full creativity. Although a central midfielder, Modric is also a hard-working player who has been seen to adopt a defensive midfield role in addition to playmaking, tracking back to win the ball from the opposition and prepare for a counter-attack, making him one of the most versatile players in the world, capable of playing in several midfield positions. According to Jonathan Wilson, in a 4-2-3-1 system Modric is a third type of a holding midfielder, being neither entirely destructive or creative, but a carrier who, courtesy of his dribbling ability and attacking drive, is capable of making late runs or carrying the ball at his feet, but in his case, with a hint of regista. As such, his role has also been likened to that of a mezzala, in Italian football jargon, namely an offensive-minded box-to-box or central midfielder. The switch to a more deep-lying position reduced his number of assists and goals, as well as his shot per game count, 1.2, although his game was no longer based on being a goal threat. Despite this, he had the second highest count of key passes per game, 2.06, in the team, as well as a very high pass accuracy rate, 87%, with the highest passes per game count, 62. 5, in the team, the most long balls per game, 5.6, the most successful dribbles, 2.2, interceptions, 2.5, and the highest tackle, 1.9, count per game among others, high statistics which placed him amongst the top midfielders of the Premier League. By the 2011-12 season statistically he was among the top-rated central and all-round midfielders across the top 5 leagues, alongside players like Xabi Alonso, Andrea Pirlo, Bastian Schweinsteiger, and Xavi. Upon Modric's arrival to Real Madrid, his midfield position was described as number 6, defensive, 8, central, or 10, attacking, depending on the tactics, and his role was described as the second deep-lying pivot alongside Xabi Alonso in the 2012-13 season. A classic deep-lying playmaker whose creativity was needed to dictate his team's play and unlock the opposing defense. In the first half of the 2013-14 season, during which he formed an effective central midfield partnership with Alonso and Angel Di Maria, Modric made more tackles, 56, than any other Real Madrid player in La Liga with an average number of 2.86 tackles per match, as well as making the most completed passes, 878, in the opposition half of the pitch among Real Madrid players, with the highest passing accuracy in La Liga, 90%. Also the highest of any midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues who have made 5 or more assists during the season. In the 2014-15 season, with the arrival of Toni Kroos, Real Madrid no longer had an effective and natural ball winner alongside their playmakers in midfield, while the team possessed many attackers. Therefore, in addition to producing the highest count of passes, 60.7 to 64.7, and key passes per match, 0.8 to 1.2, within the team, both Modric and Kroos had more defensive responsibility to set the rhythm of the team's gameplay in midfield and orchestrate counterattacks. Modric's average passing accuracy during the season was between 91.6 to 92%, while his highest completion rate in a single match occurred in October against Barcelona when he completed all 42 attempted passes. For all of 2014, Modric's dribble attempts, 75, at a success rate of 76% were second in Europe's top 5 leagues. During the 2015-16 season, although he placed only 12th in terms of chances created, almost all players above him were either forwards or attacking midfielders with no defensive responsibilities. Modric is widely regarded as one of the best and most well-rounded and effective midfielders of all time. According to Jonathan Wilson, what sets Modric apart from traditional playmakers is his simultaneous focus on defensive and attacking duties. Due to his footballing intelligence, skill and fair play, he was compared to Paul Scholes, Xavi, Andrés Iniesta, and Andrea Pirlo. In his youth, he had also been compared to Johan Cruyff, while his main influences were compatriots Zvonimir Boban and Italian playmaker Francesco Totti. He has been praised for being an essential part of his team's wins, especially in the most important tournaments. For example, his performance against PSG in Leg 2 of the round of 16 in the UCL in 2022 was called one of the most imperious midfielder performances. He was praised for his touch, playmaking skills, passing, defense and vision, with his efforts being essential to Real Madrid's win. Another match in which he gained praise was in the 2022 FIFA World Cup, where Modric provided another standout performance to help Croatia beat favorites Brazil in the quarterfinals. He has been consistently praised by some of the sport's most experienced managers, including Johan Cruyff, Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, and Sven-Göran Eriksson, among others. From those who managed him, Jose Mourinho said he wanted Modric in Real Madrid because of his influence on the game, tactical level, and because he has that artistic sense. Carlo Ancelotti praised Modric's technique and versatility, making him one of the best midfielders in the world right now, because he can play in more than one position. Zinedine Zidane included him in his best 11 currently playing the game, and in 2016 predicted that Modric would win Ballon d'Or. Slaven Bilic said Modric is a player who makes others better, they all benefit from him being in the team. He's not selfish, he's playing for the team. He's a complete player, good in defense, good in offense. It looks like he was born with the ball at his feet. Modric is unanimously considered the greatest Croatian footballer of all time by his fellow countrymen, including people like Robert Prosinecki and Davor Suker. Predrag Mijatovic considered him as the best footballer in the history of the Balkans, while Andrés Iniesta, Andriy Shevchenko, Rio Ferdinand, Jan Oblak, and others called him one of the greatest midfielders to ever play the game. It is considered that his international recognition helped in nation branding of Croatia, place branding of Zadar, and further recognition of Croatia national football team under his captaincy. Modric married Vanja Bosnic in May 2010 in the Croatian capital Zagreb in a private ceremony after 4 years of dating, and a year later in the Catholic Church. Their son, Ivano, was born on June 6, 2010. Their daughter, Gemma, was born on April 25, 2013. Their second daughter, Sofia, was born on October 2, 2017. Modric is a cousin of Australian footballer Mark Viduka, and the godfather of Mateo Kovacic's son Ivan. Modric generally maintains a low profile outside of football. In late 2019, Modric released his autobiography Moja Igra, My Game, co-written by prominent Croatian-Italian sports journalist Robert Mattioni. Particular emphasis in autobiography was placed on Modric's childhood. Growing up in war conditions and development of a football career, with fundamental topics being football, family, and friends, produced by Fulwell 73, FIFA released Captains in 2022, an 8-part sports docuseries following 6 national team captains in their respective 2022 FIFA World Cup qualification campaigns. Modric, representing Croatia, starred in the first season alongside 5 other international footballers. It was released by Netflix and also shown on FIFA's own streaming platform, FIFA, in March 2018, in an embezzlement and tax evasion trial against the former Dinamo Zagreb executive, Zdravko Mamić. Modric was called as a witness. Throughout the mid-late 2000s, Modric signed multiple contracts with Mamić to play at Dinamo Zagreb. Modric annexed most of his Tottenham transfer fee to Mamić because he was the broker of the move and gave Modric financial backing early on in his career. Despite stating in 2017 that he signed the annex clause of the contract 10 years earlier, in his testimony he stated that he signed it in 2004, the year of his first contract. Modric was charged with perjury for stating that he annexed his fee at an earlier date than he allegedly had. Facing the judge, he said, "I came here to stake my defense and tell the truth, like every time so far. My conscience is clear." The Croatian Football Federation stood behind Modric, but a part of the Croatian public, frustrated with the corruption in Croatian football, perceived the alleged perjury as a defense of Mamić and became critical of Modric. Some international news outlets praised him for dealing with the stress of his legal situation while performing with the Croatian team at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. In October and December 2018, the perjury charge was rejected by the Croatian courts.